So 2019 has been a not a good year for the box office. NYC, of course, the House of Mouse themselves, but everybody else they have been struggling. Of course, Disney didn't. Of course, Disney is not had did not have. Of course, had their own flop in Dumbo, but I was hoping that Disney would eventually fall. But that means the box office probably will be dead for real. That's why a lot of people were saying if the Lion King flops, it's over for the box office or underperforms because the box office still does revolve around summer, even though summer is only 3 months of the year. But I think we're starting to see a change in the box office. Okay, there is a change happening. Secret Life of Pets 2 was still a moderate success. It still wasn't a flop, and it still wasn't a success. It was a moderate success. But let's look at the worldwide grosses for this year. Yes, the worldwide grosses for each film this year, so I don't have to click on them at all. So, the highest 2019 was actually a pretty good year for Disney. Avengers Endgame was the highest grossing movie of all history. And most of the movies that are coming out will probably hit 1 billion. Yes, even Toy Story 4. Even though I said multiple times Toy Story 4 might not hit 1 billion. If it wakes it out to 1 billion, it probably will. But let's see what are the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time. Oh, no, of this year. Oh, half of them are all Disney movies. Let's exclude the Disney movies and MCU movies from the list. The highest grossing movie of the year, and of course, let's exclude The Wandering Earth because that's a Chinese blockbuster. The highest grossing non-Disney, non-MCU blockbuster is How to Train a Dragon, followed by Detective Pikachu, followed by Alita Battle Angel. If we exclude anything made by Disney, and The Wandering Earth, which is a Chinese blockbuster. Of course, we're only using American movies, which means Disney has a monopoly. If you all don't know, a monopoly is basically one company ruling everything. And considering that Fox is now owned by, the mouse himself, let's exclude Alita and all other Fox movies from the list as well, because yes, Disney now owns Fox. So that means the highest grossing film of the year would be Detective Pikachu and How to Train a Dragon and Godzilla. That is not a movie that is made by Disney or owned by Disney. Okay? And that's the huge problem here. Disney has a monopoly over the box office now. They own Fox now. They're gonna own Hulu. Who cares about Hulu? But when your highest grossing film of the year, excluding all Disney releases and all MCU movies, because Spider-Man is still a part of Marvel, which Marvel is still owned by Disney. So, and excluding The Wandering Earth, which is a Chinese blockbuster and only did well in China, the highest grossing movie of the year is only How to Train a Dragon. And that's essentially it. The box office is going to head through scary times. Disney probably bought Fox for the Disney streaming service that it's probably going to flop because nobody's going to buy 10 streaming services unless you're a madman. But everybody else is behind. The only two movies that are not. And actually, Alita came out before Disney bought Fox. So, yes, we'll include Alita. So, the 5 highest grossing movies of the year that are not Disney movies are these 5 films here. Well, Alita did come out, again, I said, before Disney did buy Fox. So, let's just include Alita, anyways. So, these are the 5 highest grossing movies of the year. And 2 out of the 5 movies are sequels. Okay. How to Train a Dragon is the end of the How to Train a Dragon trilogy, and Godzilla is easily the greatest Godzilla. King of the Monsters is easily the greatest Godzilla movie of all time, and Shazam is a DC movie, part of DCEU. But if we include Disney movies, all the Disney movies and The Wandering Earth, yes, Disney does have a monopoly. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So, it is true. Disney is going towards the monopoly. But here's another problem. Disney is not going to have a great year. Next year for Disney is definitely not going to be as great as this year. Disney put all their eggs in one basket, which is this year. Okay, Toy Story, Lion King, Aladdin, and all these big movies. I don't think 2020 will be as successful as for Disney as this year. The MCU's peak was Endgame. The Lion King is Disney's biggest movie of all time, excluding Frozen, which has gained a sequel this year. And Star Wars is ending with Rise of Skywalker. Do you really think any of these movies, besides the Eternals, could go to $1 billion? And probably Mulan. Oh wait, Chinese people hate Mulan, the Mulan remake. So let's exclude that too. And and of course Black Widow. Okay, 2020 is gonna be an interesting year for the box office because Disney is going to have to, they put all their eggs in one basket, which was last year with Frozen, Star Wars, and various other franchises. Now they really have nothing for next year, which is their problem. Disney's monopoly is not going to last, as every companies are going to probably try to sue Disney for trying to take over entertainment. I won't be surprised in the next 4 years, Disney's monopoly will be challenged, and that will be basically be it. The people and companies will try to challenge Disney's monopoly. We don't know if they'll be successful or will they fail. And that's basically it. Disney does have a monopoly over movies now. And but there is hope. We could, of course, there's of course the U.S. legal system, which of course there's the Antitrust Act, which of course defeat Disney. And of course, Fox, Lucasfilm, and Marvel could be independent companies again, as we can only hope. But I won't be surprised if they just want to go back to Disney, to Marvel, and Star Wars, because Disney is good at advertising stuff, unlike Amazon.